It's a Wednesday, and though I didn't, I did work, but I didn't close. I ended up going into do truck and then, sleeping a lot. But, um, what I would like to talk about is we did the next Zelda stream. Um, Still playing Oracle of Ages and Seasons, and, the game is frustrating in some ways, because some of the, some of the issues that plague 2D Zelda still happens here. Like, let's say you fall in lava. In the 3D games, especially the newer ones, you'll just respawn where you were last on land. That's not the case in 2D Zelda, you respawn at the beginning of the room. So if you mess something up, you not only take your damage, you have to restart the room, which leaves you open to mess up in more places, because you're just having to do the same thing over and over and over again, which is very frustrating. And there was something else that was really bugging me, but I'm not sure that it should really have been bugging me. I mean, obviously, all of this is my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion, but, there are certain things that are, probably not as bad as I was making them out to be, but it was still frustrating in the moment, so I'm kind of about it. Either way, I'm enjoying the game overall, so. And I'm quite a ways ahead of Jordan. He was struggling very hard. I'm a dungeon and change ahead of him. So I'm gonna hopefully have that even out, because I would like us to get to the linked game content together at the same time, but who knows. We'll see where we get when we get close to the end of the game. But yeah, like I said, overall I'm enjoying it. It's been quite a while, but I finally did it. I technically did it yesterday, but we're not here to talk about yesterday, because yesterday was about Zelda. But I made it to episode 60 of One Piece, finally. Quite a while ago, and I'll try to remember to link it either in the description or the end card, but quite a while ago, I did a review of my thoughts of the first 30 or so episodes of One Piece, and I figured I would do the same when I got to episode 60. And then I took a break from watching One Piece for a while. So let me pull up the series and see what 31 started as. So I'm going from Arlong Park up until the end of the Apis arc. Okay. Arlong Park was phenomenal. I do think that this is the best that I've seen so far from this show. I won't say the best in all of anime, but it is up there, significantly up there, and it is something that I constantly think about, especially that that walk that the guys do from the village to Arlong Park with the song called Overtaken from the OST. Shit was just absolutely beautiful. And honestly, I hope that there's more things like that, because from this bunch of episodes, even, they use that song where I feel like it doesn't fit as well. So, who knows? But then we have a little mini arc with catching up with Buggy, which I believe I heard that it was there was a series of the manga panel covers, or manga chapter covers, where it kind of gave you glimpses into what's going on with Buggy, and then they just turned it into a full episode or two, it looks like. And it is okay. I'm not a big fan of Buggy, but what can you do? With a series with this many characters, you're eventually going to not like someone. I'm just surprised that it happened so soon. But then, the crew gets to Logtown, and Logtown was kind of short. I say as if it's not like 5 or more episodes, but Logtown kind of like blew by, but it's like after Buggy entering Logtown is where I like stopped watching for a while. So it's like between Buggy and Logtown feeling kind of at the start for me. That's kind of like why I put it down for a little bit. Hopefully there's not too many moments of that. But after that, Luffy gets struck by lightning, and then we go on to the first actual filler arc. This little mini arc in between leaving Logtown and entering the Grand Line, where they're helping this kid named Apis help her dragon friend get back to the dragon's nest so that they can the dragon can die. It was alright. Weirdly, so filler has like a reputation of being bad, poorly written, and the characters can't really have any substantial growth or whatever. And I understand the thought process behind making filler, but this doesn't feel bad like filler, and it definitely didn't really interrupt anything. I feel like they could have done something in Logtown before they got to like the canon stuff if they wanted to have a filler arc, but the filler arc here, this Apis mini arc, didn't feel bad. It definitely wasn't, oh, I'm seeing you again for the first time in years. This makes me think about the first time we met. Let's have a 7-episode flashback. Yes, I'm looking at you, Naruto. So, honestly, when I went and looked at it, One Piece has a surprisingly small filler percentage. Only 9% of the 1,000-some-odd episodes are fully filler. There are things that are added to episodes to, like, pad out the runtime, which, it's probably for the best, but at the same time, it's like, that's surprisingly low. If you included that, it would probably skyrocket, but even with that, it's still probably a lot smaller than Naruto. And I watched all 720 episodes of Naruto plus Shippuden. So, yeah. I think I can get through the 1,000 episodes of One Piece if I just hunker down and watch it. And you might ask, why are you watching and not reading the manga? And I'm like, because I prefer anime over manga. So, like, yeah. Anyway, if I had to compare it to the first 30, I would say that these are significantly better. Like, significantly, especially Arlong Park. And now, the Grand Line. Let's go have fun figuring out what that's about. I have a project today. And by a project, I mean just something that I wanted to do. Ignore the fact that it's a mess. If you've watched a while, you know. But that screen there, that is actually an all-in-one computer. I was asked to look at it and reset it and get it fixed. It's old, and it was used by my mom, who is a smoker. So it probably has taken some damage from that. So I can probably not get it like 100%, but I can at least get it a bit better than it was. Because when I took it in here, it was not in the greatest shape in terms of performance. So I'm hoping to get that at least better off than it was, if not like performing well-ish. Obviously, it's an all-in-one. There's only so much I can do, but anything is better than nothing. as always, the best spot to start with any computer is making sure it turns on. And it turns on. Now I gotta create a Windows Media... What is it called? The thing that lets you reinstall Windows. That's what I'm gonna do with this. And I could technically do it through safe mode or something. But I feel like for this, a complete refresh is probably a good idea. So that's what I'm gonna do. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna have this transferring over anything that needs to be backed up. Alright, off of the Microsoft website, I got the program. Now I'm making the tool on All Reliable. It's, let me just pause this. So there's this flash drive that I have that is just pretty much just the nub with the handle part, whatever the fuck you would call it. That is the shape of a penguin's head, and I'll actually show it when I am done with it on my computer. But that is I call that All Reliable because I've had it for years and years and years, and that has been my Windows installed USB drive for the majority of the time I've had it. So, here we go, creating an up-to-date media tool for it. Took all night to back up the files, but we're finally reinstalling Windows. Yay. Been a bit doing other stuff, but this is most of the way through.
Thanks for your patience.
You're welcome. But it's almost done, and it'll be done by the time I get to work, because it's, here's a hair 1:30, and I have work at 2, so this is gonna have to wait. Alright, so I never followed up on this. Windows is completely reset, and it's good, and everything is good there. But, it's now Tuesday, so... yeah. So, finished that, I went to bed, I woke up exhausted, and we did some room changes that I can't show off right now, but a lot of stuff happened after I went to work, so I didn't get a chance to show stuff as it was happening, so I'll have to just take a chance at some point to go and, like, walk through it and be like, oh, this is what happened. So, honestly, yeah, I don't know, it was easier. The hardest part was moving the bed frame, because there just is not a lot of room. But, Jake's room moved downstairs. And it's good for him. It's good for me, because I don't have to deal with him being noisy at night, so that's good. But he's now closer to Mom and Joe, which is very important for the simple fact that it would be great if he would wake them up instead of me, so I can actually get some sleep. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today. This week. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Hope you had yourself a damn good one, and I'll see you next week.